Jai Shriman.
Jai Shriman.
Jai Shriman.
Jai Shriman.
Jai Shriman.
Jai Shriman.
I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan ACHARYAJI Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted in the various groups subsequently. Our topic for discussion continues modern science is catching up with the supreme science, and the world is Lord Narayan's classroom. What do you find in a classroom?
Students.
What else? Give me all the criteria for a classroom.
Teacher.
You need a teacher. You need books. What else?
Desk.
Samita.
You need students.
You need learners. What else? You need?
Subject.
You need a syllabus. What else? What else, Shanti?
Furniture.
You need furniture. What else?
Chalkboard and a whiteboard.
Need a chalkboard. What else?
Computer is optional.
Computer. What else? Teacher. You need a timetable. You need a starting time and a finishing time. You are given tests from the syllabus that the teacher teaches, and if you have not complied, you fail in the test. Your failure in the test, does it have anything to do with the teaching? Who failed? You ever saw a teacher getting fired in a school where people are failing? Because the failure is the responsibility of the student. And in every class, there are regulative principles. There are regulative principles. There is a law. When you enter a classroom, you have to live within that classrooms, within the disciplines of that classrooms. When you transgress the discipline, what happens? You have to get punished. So in Lord Narayan's classroom, the same principles are prevalent. In Lord Narayan's classrooms, the same principles are prevalent. And the guiding code of conduct for Lord Narayan's classroom is the Vedas. This Vedas is compiled in a scientific journal called the
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. And there are many classrooms around, there are many schools around the world. Many choose not to attend these schools, isn't it? Many are not in school, and many are compelled to be in school. Those that are compelled to be in school, they really do well because of their compulsion. But those that go to school and they stick to the plan of the syllabus, they come out with 7 A's, don't they? Similarly, in Lord Narayan's classroom, if you are not in Lord Narayan's classroom for Lord Narayan himself, and you are impelled to be here by other reasons, then in the end you're going to fail. In the end you're going to fail, because the Sri Narayan Dham is not kindergarten. The Sri Narayan Dham is not kindergarten. What's kindergarten? What's kindergarten? Pre-primary school. And in pre-primary school, currently in South Africa, are those children that can afford to go to pre-primary school. Isn't? They called creche. Are they called creches? Are they? And those of you that can afford to put your children in a creche and in pre-primary school, then those teachers are impelled by your payment to give a suitable report on the children. So whether the children are good, whether they are bad, whether they're not so bad, at the end of the year they're very good. In the Sri Narayan Dham, if you are bad, you are bad. If you are good, you are good. The Sri Narayan Dham will not accept devotees to make its numbers. The amount of devotees does not qualify the Sri Narayan Dham as an ashram or the Acharya as a guru. And if you go on record, all my discourses are live. All my discourses are live. If you go on record and if you pull back every devotee that have left this organization, Amita, you can try, alright, go do an analysis. Every devotee that left this organization on his or her last satsang came and bowed down at my feet. I'm saying this again. Every devotee who left the Sri Narayan Dham at his or her last satsang came and bowed down at my feet. What does bowing down at a guru's feet signify?
Submission.
Submission to what? Because most of these devotees, I reprimanded them on the last satsang. I reprimanded them on the last satsang. But no devotee got up ever in my satsang and accused me of any wrongdoing inside the satsang. Whilst attending that satsang. You can pull back the records and check. Every devotee bowed down. There's only an incident of one devotee who had left the satsang. He forced himself into the satsang and he was asked to leave. But I'm talking about my natural flow, my natural relationship with the devotees that were present here. And they range into many hundreds. They range into many hundreds. From those hundreds, they are not here today, are they? No. Not one devotee, not one devotee that left stood up in a satsang and pointed and accused me of any transgression or any reason why they would be leaving the satsang. All of you understand? And this is on record. When they left and what they did outside there, when they left and what they did outside there is their own story. Is their own story. I want you to understand this fact very, very clearly. All of you. Are you understanding? Because I am not a people pleaser. I am not a people. Why am I not a people pleaser?
You're only here to please Lord Narayan.
Because I'm a guru. You can either be a guru or you can be a people pleaser. I am not here to please the sentiments of any living entity. I am not here to please the sentiments of any living entity. I am here to teach this science. This science. This is my duty. If you go into a class of astrophysics, where's Sita? Sita, what is the teachings of astrophysics? Does anyone know? Amita, what is astrophysics? Tana?
It has to do with the physics of the universe.
Yes. And the physics of the universe is one of the highest teachings that a common mind can understand. So in a class of astrophysics, how many students you think you will find, Shanti? Thousands or a handful? Shanti? Handful. Why? Because it is teaching a subject matter that is not for the common man. Astrophysics is a subject matter that is not for the common man. Then you get these general syllabus. Geography, just an example. How many people you get in a class of geography? What will be the mental discipline in a class of general geography and the mental discipline in a class of astrophysics?
Class with astrophysics would have high discipline.
higher mental
Discipline.
discipline, mental discipline. And a class of geography,
Lower mental discipline.
anyone you can just make it. So this ashram must not be compared to other ashrams, and this guru must not be compared to other gurus. Because other gurus, if they're teaching geography, their class will be
Full.
full. I am not teaching geography. I'm teaching you the science of yourself. What I am teaching you? The science of whose self? Yourself. I am teaching you the science of yourself. So, in order to understand the science of God, you have to understand the science of yourself first. Knowing God is not a mechanical process. Who is God? Give me one definition of God. Sean, who you think God is? Dana, give me a definition of God. Definition, give me one of his attributes.
He's a supreme being that rules over everything.
One of his characteristics, the most important characteristic of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
He's omniscient and omnipotent and omnipresent.
God's truth is indivisible. What does that mean?
Cannot be divided.
And if you view God, or if you view the absolute truth from any direction, from underneath, from the side, from the top, through red glasses, through blue glasses, through green glasses, that truth must not shift 1 millimeter. And that is called God. That is called God. To know the science of God, to know the science of the absolute truth, what must be your condition? Or what must be the teacher's condition?
Surrender.
In what condition must the teacher vibrate to teach the absolute truth?
The teacher must be absolute as well.
The teacher must live in the domain of absolute truth himself. Then that teacher must teach those that have taken initiation and those that are aspirant to live within the absolute truth. How easy is it to live in the absolute truth?
It's difficult.
This is one of the other reasons that this ashram is not going to have a massive following. Why? Because how many percent, what proportion of the ratio of the population of the world can live in truth?
25%.
Under 1%.
Under 1%.
Under, so if I am teaching the absolute truth, and if you can't get me, then who's in danger, me or you? Why? Why?
You're not ready.
What does yoga mean? Sita? What is the Sanskrit meaning of yoga in relation to God? Yoga means union or attached to. What does yoga mean? Union or attached to. Yoga does not mean gymnastic classes. Yoga does not mean gymnastic classes. A human being need to do gymnastics with his mind. A human being need to do gymnastics with his mind, not with his body. That yoga take you nowhere. The body yoga takes you nowhere. So those that are involved with me in this satsang, in whatever capacity, mechanical practice is going to get you nowhere. Mechanical practice is going to get you nowhere. Because nowhere in this journal, scientific journal called the Bhagavad Gita, is it stated that you can attain God through mechanical means. Nowhere here is it stated that you can attain God through mechanical means. You can do everything for God. But if you do not surrender to His commandments, you have wasted your time. You have wasted your time. First rule in attaining God is total respect for the Guru. First rule in attaining God is total respect for the Guru. Guru is a messenger of God. If you do not respect the messenger, there is no God. If a postman comes to deliver a parcel to you and you are disrespectful to the postman, what will be the consequence with the post office? What will be the consequence with the post office?
They'll report you and you won't receive
Will
any
it be
post-
favorable to you or unfavorable?
unfavorable.
Similarly, when you disrespect the messenger of God, there is no God. And if you read the scriptures thoroughly, if you disrespect the messenger of God, you are thrown into the womb of demonic mothers time and time and time again. It is a verdict, injunction. There is no feelings or perceptions. In this science, there is no my feeling, what I think it should be, how I think this situation should be sorted, who I think you are. In this, science is absolute, because who spoke this science? Who? Who spoke the science of the Bhagavad Gita? And who is Lord Shri Krishna? Who is Lord Narayan? Did he leave any gaps for people to come and fit in the 700 verses of his Gita? Is there one verse that states, I leave an opening for your sentiments? If God did not leave an opening for any human sentiment, thought, philosophy, then nobody should be questioning the Guru. The Guru is beyond question. If you believe that the Guru is questionable, if you believe that the conduct of the Guru is questionable, then you have to terminate your relationship with the Guru. You have to terminate your relationship with the Guru. The Guru's conduct, the Guru's instructions, the Guru's essence, and the Guru's presence is beyond human measure. Is beyond human measure. No one has the right to discuss the relationship of the Guru with his existing devotees, with his past devotees, or with his future devotees. Because you have not found yourself yet. You do not know who you are. How are you going to know about the Guru and the dimension that the Guru is vibrating? Because if you found yourself, then you won't ask these questions. Because a self-realized soul never questions a Guru. Never ever questions a Guru. So I'm going to put this to test. I'm going to put this to test, and I'm stating, what's the date today, Amita?
14th, 15th,
15,
December.
20,
19th.
19. I sent Vishwadhar Ramanuj Das on a mission. On a mission. I had a conversation with him without seeing him on my very first day. On my very first day 3 years ago. At that time, he was on the other side of divinity. He was on the other side of divinity. And I informed him that his relationship with me is part of the mission that is unraveling itself to him. Day before yesterday, yesterday and today. Explain to me, Sita, how that is possible. I never met him. I never saw him in my life. He gave me a call and I told him in the first conversation, and 3 years later I am unraveling to him the content of our very first conversation that we had.
Guru was the past, present, and future.
Then who are you, Sita,
I'm nothing.
to tell me on how I should relate to whoever in this world if you're not in my dimension? And I'm proving to you scientifically. I am proving to you scientifically. I already told Yatin, oh Vishwadhar Ramanuj Das, today what he's going to experience. I told him last night. How is that possible? And he's going to experience it today. I do my satsangs live. When I showed you Lord Ram, I showed you Lord Ram in a live satsang. When I showed you Guruji, I showed you Guruji in a live satsang. When I showed you Lord Narayan, I showed you Lord Narayan in a live satsang. When I showed you Lord Shiva, I showed you Lord Shiva in a live satsang. When I showed the mothers during Navratri, I showed you the mothers during a live satsang. In a live satsang, nothing can be edited and nothing can be concocted. And that is absolute science. Because this is Lord Narayan's classroom. Where must I teach you the teachings of Lord Narayan? In Vaikunt or here in his classroom? So Amita, go and see. This happened before your time and some things happen within your time. Go and see in my live discourses where Lord Ram presented himself, where Lord Sri Krishna presented himself, where Lord Shiva presented himself, and where Guruji presented himself. Then I'm saying, who are you to question me? What qualifications you have to question me when I have done what very few have done in the world? That's it. I'm asking you, who are you to question me?
I'm nothing.
Dana, you understand? Amita, you understand? And this is why guidelines have been given by Lord Shiva himself. By Lord Shiva himself. He has stated that if anyone talks ill about a guru, you must cut off his tongue. If you cannot do that, then you must leave the presence of that person. And if that person is in your abode, then that person must leave. Why do you think Lord Shiva made all these great laws regarding a guru? Firstly, who is Lord Shiva? He is the number one devotee of Lord Sriman Narayan. Lord Shiva is the number one devotee of Lord Narayan. Lord Shiva spoke the Guru Gita to Mother Parvati. If the Guru say black is white, and this is an instruction from Lord Shiva, if a Guru says black is white, then what you must say? What you must say? You must say, yes, black is white. And who's giving this instruction? Lord Shiva, the number one devotee of Lord Sriman Narayan. So just remember, all of you, well, a very small number here. Okay? I can sing, I can give discourses, I can heal, I can cook. I can sweep, I can do everything. I can do everything. Whoever is here, nobody is here because of me. Nobody is here because of me. I am taken care by my system, which is the Sri Sampradaya. Swami making a noise. Which is the Sri Sampradaya. You are here to take care of yourself. You must always remember, even if you leave this ashram or satsang, that you never ever had the capacity or capability to do anything for Guru or God. Dana, you spent your thousands of hours here, you spend a lot of money here. Who you did it for? Yes, you can't do for God. If you can do for God and Guru, then the absoluteness of God and Guru disappears and you become absolute. Don't you think, Amita? So there's nobody that's doing the Sri Narayan Dham a favor. Who are you doing a favor? Yourself. And I want to state this whilst I am seated here, that the rules in the Guru principle is for everyone. Whoever relates to the Guru has to relate to the Guru within the Guru principle. In Sri Siddhartha Ashram, thousands of problems occurred. Thousands of problems occurred. I fix the problems in this ashram according to my character. According to my character. But I follow the rules of the regulative principles of the Bhagavad Gita. Those that think Guruji was 100% humility with no discipline, then they are wrong. They still have a lot to learn about Guruji. I went and I lived with Guruji's 2 grandsons for 3 weeks. How long? 3 weeks. Besides spiritually knowing Guruji, which you won't understand because you are not in the spiritual dimension, I practically know Guruji from his own children and grandchildren. So an outsider from the outside can't say, you are Guruji's disciple, act like Guruji. Who are you? Did you go stay in Guruji's family for 3 weeks? Do you know how Guruji acted? Guruji was a very strict disciplinarian. Guruji was a very, very, very strict disciplinarian. He ranted and he raved and he made sure the line was straight. Seeing Guruji on his videos and reading a few of his discourses does not make you an expert on Guruji. Guruji was a straight line. That's why Lord Narayan gave him his potency. Yesterday, I had to draw a line. And in drawing that line, we could have lost this ashram. What do you think I did, Dana? What you think I did, Amita, Sita? Shanti, what you think I did?
Took a stand.
Yes. I put this ashram on the balance and I took a stand and I drew the line. And then that person came and told me, Guru, this is why I love you so much. After 4 hours, this person came and said, Guru, this is why I love you so much. You are straight like a ruler. You understand? Drawing the line does not mean in every breath you take, the line have to be straight. We are living in the material universe. If for every breath you take, you have to draw a straight line, you won't make it here. Not even as a guru. When a guru turns that line, when a guru dips below that line, the guru dips for whose sake? For the sake of the collective. Never for the sake of the guru, for the sake of the collective. And every guru and God that lived here dipped below the line. Otherwise there's no Ramayana, there's no Mahabharata. Because in this material universe, you have to dip below the line for the collective. Lord Sri Krishna stated that he'll never handle a weapon in the Mahabharata. Sita, did he state that or not?
Yes.
Did he handle a weapon? Tana, you think he handled a weapon? Shanti, you think he handled a weapon? Meena, you think he handled a weapon? Lord Sri Krishna is Lord Shriman Narayan. You think he handled a weapon when he said, I will not handle a weapon? Yes, he handled a weapon. Why did he handle a weapon? And why did he go against his own word? For the collective good of his devotee. For the collective good of his devotee. What precedent did he set? Firstly, what is the meaning of precedent?
Highest principle.
Sita, what is the meaning of precedent?
An earlier event or action that is regarded as an example or guide to be considered in subsequent similar circumstances.
Tana, what a precedent means?
It's a rule of law which is, I won't say broken, but bent.
No, a precedent is when a current law needs guidance, then it is guided by an example set prior. So when a judge wants to give you a ticket or a judge wants to sentence you for shooting a red robo under the influence of alcohol, then he will see a previous case where somebody else shot a red robo under the influence of alcohol and what the punishment was, so that he does not exceed that punishment. It is called a precedent in law. Now I'm saying Lord Sri Krishna set a precedent. He stated in the Mahabharata that I will not take up arms. he gave his arms to Duryodhan and he gave himself to Arjuna. And he stated he will not take up arms in this war, in the Kurukshetra war. Did he take up arms? Sita, did he take up arms?
I think he did.
Who is Bhishma? Who is he regarded as by Lord Narayan when he was alive in Kurukshetra? Where did Bhishma pass on? On the battlefield, on a bed of arrows. On a bed of arrows. And when Arjuna asked Lord Shri Krishna, what is the best method of navigating through this Kali Yuga, Lord Shri Krishna stated, go and ask Bhishma, for he knows it all. Who knows it all? A devotee, a pure and absolute devotee of the Lord will know it all in relative to this material universe. When Arjuna went to Bhishma and asked him, how does man navigate himself in this Kali Yuga? What answer did Bhishma give him? Chant the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. And you see this ashram, 14 hours a day, unless I forget, the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu is heard chanted. No bhajans. Only because the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sriman Narayan, is absolute. And this is Lord Sriman Narayan's classroom. And here we will teach the absolute science. And Bhishma made Lord Sri Krishna take up arms. And Lord Sri Krishna had to break his regulative, break his promise. For who? For a devotee. So that he did it for the collective, and that ramification of breaking his role was for the collective or greater good. Timelessly the Guru will break his protocol for the greater good of the collective. So if you do not understand in which dimension the Guru vibrate, from where the Guru is sourced, from where the Guru gets his spiritual nourishment, from where the Guru gets his transcendental knowledge, you cannot instruct the Guru in your personal view on how a Guru should live his life. Because you have to learn the Vedas first. You have to know the 4 Vedas, the 18 Puranas, the 108 Upanishads, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, before you come and tell a Guru whether he must turn right, turn left, step forward or step backward. Because the Guru is navigating himself through the injunctions of the Vedas. Okay? I want you all to find chapter 3. Chapter 33, verse 3 of the Yajur Veda. Chapter, you cannot do it now. I want it for the next discourse. Because I am getting accustomed to reading ZAKIR or watching ZAKIR, NAIK. ZAKIR, NAIK. And he's quoting Yajur Veda, chapter 3, verse 33, where he is stating that it is a Vedic injunction, there must be no idol worshipping. And I'm amazed because in these symposiums, there are thousands and thousands of Hindus. These symposiums are held in India most of the time. And there are thousands and thousands of Hindus. So if a Hindu will ask him a question, he will quote one verse from the Upanishad and one verse from one of the Vedas. That Hindu is ignorant of the verse, and then he will submit that Dr. ZAKIR Naik is
Absolute.
Speaking the absolute truth. So when Vishwadhar Ramanuj Das gets back, I'm going to take every video that Dr. ZAKIR Naik has quoted from the Vedas, and I will do a parallel discourse with these two videos next to each other. You understand? Now let me explain idol worship. How many senses you have? How many? How many senses you use in your body? 5. How many senses you have, Nana? How many senses you have, Bhaiya? You don't know. It's in your body. List your senses. Your sense of sight, your sense of hearing, your sense of taste, your sense of smell, and your sense of touch. You are living in a material universe. You are living in a material universe, which is a part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sriman Narayan. Lord Narayan is spiritual. You are living in a material body. You are spiritual soul living in a material body. Who you are? Spiritual soul living in a material body and experiencing this universe through your material senses. Understand, you are a spirit soul lodged in a material body. You are experiencing this material universe through material senses and sense organs. The senses are material. The sense organ, the eye, is material. This entire universe is material. This eye can only see material. This eye can only see material. So, in the very beginning of creation, God said, "Let me become many. Let me become many." Prevalent at that subtle state of the Supreme Personality of Godhead were two attributes: the spirit soul and material nature. When God said, "Let me become many," what happened to the subtle state of material nature and these individual spirit souls? When God said, "Let me become many," what did He mean by Him becoming many?
Became a super soul.
It means He divided Himself so that He could fit in every individual soul and every atom. The atom exists in material nature and the individual soul exists individually. So when God said, "Let me become many," He divided Himself exactly into every living entity and every atom of material. If God entered every atom of material nature, what does it mean? Shanti. God is in everything. For this material eyes, God gave His form in an idol, achra form. Archa, A-R-C-H-A, archa form. This archa form can be made with any of these 5 elements or combined with the 5 elements. What are the 5 elements?
Air, ether.
Space, air, fire, water, and earth. A combination or some of the elements, God gave His image, so that this material eye can see that image in which God is residing. You understand? Is it easier for material man to conceive an abstract God, or is it easier for material man to conceive a God that the eye can see? Up until the time of God realization, where you exist as a spirit soul and you can vibrate in the transcendental vibration, you can only see God in the material form, can't you? So this is the reason that in the Pancharatra Agamas, Lord Sri Ramanuj instructed to the Sri Sampradaya idol worship. Please do not look at any idol or any image of God as a mechanical or a material image or idol in this ashram. Can you see any disturbance in your video? You've not seen a magnetic wave running through. Can you see?
Nothing today.
Nothing today. Alright? But you will notice, and there's a reason why there's nothing today, but you will notice that there is a magnetic field in this ashram all the time. This eye cannot pick it up. This eye cannot pick it up, but that lens picks it up timelessly. So when you come to satsang, that potency that exists here, you have to be in that same mindset. You have to be in the same mindset so that when you come to an ashram, this ashram was consecrated on the 5th of May. Lord Ramanuj took his seat. And when you enter any part of this premises, you must come in the same mindset as the potency that's been exhibited here. So you must bathe yourself. You must bathe yourself with the potency that's exhibited here. And you can take that home. You cannot come with home vibrations into the ashram dimension. Why? Why, Sita? Yes. You cannot come with a vibration that you vibrate in at home, that the mentality that you think in at home. I shared a post. Go look in my post. One of the great gurus from India, he explained the significance of the potencies that exist in a ashram. So if you come with home ideologies, home theories, you're going to come here and you're going to take nothing, because those theories fill the pail of your mind. When you come to this Sri Narayan Dham, right on top of the gate, you must offload your bucket. And then you must leave that bucket in an upright position, so when you sit here, Meena, it can get full. But if you come full of what you experience on the outside, Sita, when you leave here, you left with nothing. And you'll say, hey, this ashram is not working. All of you understand? So just remember, if you have not versed in the 4 Vedas, 18 Puranas, 108 Upanishads, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, don't argue with the Guru. It is a sin, it is a punishable sin to argue with a Guru. It is a offense. Offense number 1 in the 10 great offenses of the Vaishnava Sampradaya is, do not take a Guru as an ordinary man. Is it there, Sita?
Yes.
You know about it? Yes. Alright? So remember, fire is fire. If you take a newborn child and put the newborn child's hand in the fire, will the child get burnt or not? Will the child get burnt or not, Meena? It will get burnt. Similarly, if you transgress any rule, whether you know it or you don't know it, if you take a guru for an ordinary man, if you want to instruct a guru, if you want to give advice to a guru, if you want to have a debate with a guru, then you are putting the guru on your level. And when you put in your guru on your level, that means you're taking the guru as an ordinary man. And if you take a guru as an ordinary man, there is consequences. There is consequences. It's a verdict, injunction. There's 200 verses in the Guru Gita. And everybody should have a copy of the Guru Gita and the 10 offenses. Amita must ask me for the 10 offenses. I'm going to give it to you of a Vaishnavite, and you put it on our WhatsApp group. And then you'll understand that why the satsang have so few people. Because whoever touched the Guru got burnt. Whoever touched the Guru got burnt. So remember, lastly, nobody left this satsang, whoever was here, that got up and gave his or her reasons. When I cross-questioned whoever was in this satsang on whatever transgression that had transpired, we had an amicable, because it's on video, understanding between the two parties. And if I reprimanded, everyone was reprimanded humanely in this satsang. Everyone was reprimanded humanely in this satsang. Everyone, whoever came to this satsang, benefited in leaps and bounds. Even those hundreds that have left, they all have put their testimony on this live Facebook. They even went live and they stated how much the Guru meant to them and what the Guru has done for them. So in this past 6 years, I have conducted myself to the best of my ability within the constraints that are offered to me in this work. There is not a single individual, there is not a single individual that can make one or show me one place where I did not teach or treat any devotee in an absolute humane way. Right? It is only a preconceived misconception and a false belief. This ashram is progressing every day, is it not? Through whose will and grace is this ashram progressing? Lord Narayan and my Guru. Lord Narayan and my Guru. There are two other ashrams of the same Guru, or satsangs of the same Guru. Shanti, I think you stated one as... Okay. So one has closed down. The one that is existing for 30 years. That one that closed down many times over 20 years. And if you have common sense, common sense, in this satsang there are no millionaires. Kana, are you millionaire? Sita, are you millionaire?
No.
Susan, you millionaire?
No.
Shanti, you millionaire? Okay, we'll see the bull, alright? We don't want to divulge too much to Amita, alright? Alright? But town branch got over 20 millionaires. How many? Over 20 millionaires. This satsang got no millionaires. Only in 4 years, my guru gave me an ashram. Turn that sticker around, Amita. Go to that sticker on the top there, Sri Narayan Dham. Come back. I made that sticker in 2018. I made that sticker in 2018. I made 2018, 6th and 7th, we launched the Sri Narayan Dham over a 24-hour continuous Lord Narayan satsang, okay, which was broadcast live around the world in a world first. I took that one sticker and I placed it in my cramped house, where the sitting room, lounge, kitchen, everything was in one. It was divided by my divider. It was divided by my bookcase. I told Videsh Bhai, put that Sri Narayan Dham sticker on the top, and I told Vasan, every morning when we do in Aarti, show that the Sri Narayan Dham, Acharya Sham Ramanuj, only has a 4x4 space. His shrine, his lounge, his kitchen, all in one. That was on the 10th of January 2018. 13th of February 2018 is how long?
Just over a month.
Lord Narayan worked very, very fast. Lord Narayan worked very, very fast. And this land, we acquired this land on the 13th of February 2018, on the day of the foremost Vaishnava devotee is who? Lord Shiva. On Mahashivratri, we acquired this land on the 13th of February 2018, this is 2019. I was only 5 years. I was only 5 years with my Guru. This is my 6th year with my Guru as a Guru. I have another 5 years as a disciple. So if branches around us who have millionaires cannot build an ashram and are closing down, we want to use logic and common sense. Amita, logic and common sense. Then what would it tell you about Guruji's relationship with me and Guruji's relationship with other two branches? Only common sense. You don't have to be a scientist or a highly educated person. What will it tell you about Guruji's relationship with me, Acharya Sham Ramanuj, town branch, who have a lot of devotees? Shanti, how many devotees in town branch? You know, about 40, 50, 100?
Yes.
occasion.
Yes, when the big Baba comes, they got about 400-500, all right? And then all our leftovers went to Westville, all right? Who couldn't make it here, they went to Westville, that's another 40, I think, and he had another 30 of his own. Why would Guruji choose to give us a bona fide ashram? How did I meet a Pancharatra Agama priest? I'm from South Africa. How did a Pancharatra Agama priest come here on the 5th of May and open the satsang according to the Sri Sampradaya? Common sense and logic will tell you what, Amita?
Guruji supports this ashram.
Guruji supports firstly me. Ashram is secondary. If the disciple is not right, there is no ashram. For 30 years there was no ashram because there was no one right to. So I am not going to be questioned by anybody. I am not going to be questioned by anybody. Nobody can pass a judgment on me. My judgment has already been passed by my Guru. My Guru has already judged me. And this ashram will continue to run 100% as per the directives of my Guru and no one else. No one can advise me. I don't need anybody's advice. All of you understand? Are there any questions? Shanti? Any questions? So, in Lord Narayan's classroom, you must have a teacher that is appointed by the system that Lord Narayan created. What is the system the Lord Narayan created? Which is the Sri Sampradaya. The Sri Sampradaya is eternal. The Sri Sampradaya is eternal. So Dr. ZAKIR NAIK told this Hindu doctor that Islam is not 1,400 years old. Islam is eternal. Can you see the reason that we need these programs? Can you see the reason why, Shanti, these programs, these discourses need to go around the world? Because he's not hitting you with the Quran, he's hitting you with your own books. He's hitting you with your own scriptures, which means that the Hindus need to catch a wake up. The first 700 years of the capture of India was by Muslims through force and terror. Then subsequently 300 years rule by the British through force and terror. Now they're capturing India through India's own scriptures by brainwashing the Hindus into believing that the Vedas are an inferior scripture. And nobody is saying anything. Jai Shri Mangal.
Jai Shri